And you can make an argument that GuMiho has the best TvT in the world. You can make an argument for that. So I would always raise the question of Ryung and be like, yeah, true. So Ryung, he's also a TvT specialist and sniper as well, but GuMiho is also up there in terms of TvT. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Seoul Esports. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Vitality. It is Maru. Here we go. As our TvT is upon us. When do we get the first pro player who fully commits to random? Bappy feels Balloon, man. I was a big Balloon fan back in the day. For those that remember, back in Heart of the Swarm, Balloon, he was on My Insanity. He was a Korean random player that, if I recall correctly, I think he did grow up in the US. So he actually he had some pretty good English. So he would often be translating for people, for like Koreans at like Home Story Cup, for example. You know, pretty good English. Shout out to Balloon, Korean random. Big fan, big fan. But even Balloon had his stronger and weakest matchups. Like I think Balloon's weakest matchup was Terran whenever he played Terran. Stronger in Protoss and Zerg at the time. But for now, double gas opener out of Maru, double gas opener out of GuMiho. So far, mirrored builds. So far, mirrored builds out of our players. No proxy, no cheese, no hyper aggression yet. Here we go. That's ancient knowledge. What do you mean? That's not even Wings of Liberty, mate. What are you talking about? Only Heart of the Swarm. Smurge, baby, smurge. I miss my Balloon. Of course, technically, speaking of Wings of Liberty, I believe GuMiho did compete as random for a time, right, in Wings of Liberty. That was before my time. True. That was. That's ancient knowledge, GuMiho being random. And watching as random back in the day. That was back in Wings. That was 15 years ago. That's 15 years ago. That's crazy. Oh, no. Insane. We're all old now. We're all old. Oh, no. As we have a bit of a divergence here, we do have a reacted Reaper Hellion out of Maru. Interesting. So he's going for a heavier Reaper Hellion count early on. The goal here is to punish GuMiho for pushing out early and also to try to counterattack and get some economic damage. Meanwhile, GuMiho is going for an add-on swap into early Cyclone production. Bit of a safer setup here from GuMiho instead. But GuMiho does move out, and the goal for Maru is to catch out these units and overwhelm. As GuMiho picks in. Oh. Waits for his Reapers. Maru breaks out. Maru gets spotted. GuMiho has to get the hell out of here. Does pull away. Reapers, they bust into the main, and they will buy some time. They'll force Maru back home. Can he get any SCVs? But it's going to be a one-way trip. So far, he gets one. One SCV goes down, going for another, and up he does not get it. Only one SCV, two Reapers fall, and now Maru, he has gained map control. GuMiho, he has to race back home, and again, Cyclones are amassing. GuMiho is building up his Cyclones. Maru, he breaks out. Does break out with his Reaper Hellion. But again, GuMiho, he knows that he's in danger, so he should be playing very reserved, very conservative here with his initial Cyclones. So GuMiho, he stays back, Maru, he pulls away. Again, Maru, he respects GuMiho enough to recognize that he wouldn't really be able to break that natural. Waiting for the drop, waiting for reinforcements. Yeah, 4 Marines and a Cyclone. Maru, he's doubling down. He's going to come in that much harder. GuMiho likewise keeping up. Banshee has arrived. But the Cyclone is here, and the Banshee's being targeted down. Massive pickoff. Banshee does fall. And Maru, can he break through? Breaks the lock-on. Nice pick up, Micro. Does break the lock-on, but GuMiho has repairs. Oh, does not take down the Cyclone. But he takes down everything else. Yeah, now he's up to 3 Cyclones. GuMiho, he will shut this down. Oh my god, takes down the Cyclone. chasing down the medevac, and GuMiho holds. GuMiho does hold on behind this. Third TC is almost done. Maru has yet to throw down his own base, so GuMiho is getting ahead base-wise, but he's down SCVs. As Maru jumps back into the base, GuMiho out of position. Sniping, more SCVs, not bad. Denying mining time. Forces back the Terran. Lock-on is not broken. But Maru gets a full scout. He sees no additional production, and he also sees the command center. So Maru now is aware of how economic and how greedy GuMiho has been. Maru, he responds with his own third TC. And I'm still not entirely certain if GuMiho is going to play mech or not. I'll be honest, like, right now making tanks, going into Viking production. Yep, there it is, mech. I had no surprise here. We are making it up. Speaking of mech, Maru doing the same. Maru, he does play mech in TvT. We've seen this before, and we're seeing this again. So, you know, I was joking earlier. I was being like, oh, you know, Dallas is in 5 hours. When we started the broadcast, Dallas is in 5 hours. We have plenty of time to cover the qualifiers. Then it's like, oh, mech versus mech. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to be close. The Banshee does scout. It does delay some of the factories. Takes down 2 SCVs. And again, we are making it up. GuMiho is fully aware. Bearing in mind that Maru, he is aware as well. Yeah, he's scanned. So both players, they're fully aware that they're playing mech. We have Macville accelerators from the side of GuMiho. So GuMiho is going to battle mech initially. And so is Maru. Oh boy. Now, this is a bold move. Maru playing mech against GuMiho, the mech god. GuMiho known for mech in all 3 matchups. This is where he thrives. Can Maru out-mech him? Let's find out. No. They're both animals. As we are going to be stabilizing on 3 bases, building up. Now, what I will say is that this is not a traditional form of mech. Like, because both players are going into Macville accelerators, both players are going into a more mobile style first. They're not slowing things down yet. They're not getting like a siege line of Viking tank and Liberator. We're being more active. Meanwhile, faster second starport here for GuMiho, important. Mech often comes down to air control. So the faster you get into starports, the faster air control you're going to achieve. Both players have Ravens, of course. Interiors Matrix is ready here for Maru. Moving in with his 3 Ravens, he can try to break the siege line. GuMiho is not ready. GuMiho is teching. He's in the middle of teching up. And if Maru were to hit here and now, he can break this. He can break this third base and he can break GuMiho. At the same time, GuMiho is active across the map. GuMiho is vulnerable. The pants are down. He scans. There's 1 Cyclone, only 1. Maru's going in for the kill. Remember, he can disable the tanks. He can go for the kill, taking it slow. GuMiho, he does race back home in time. It does get here. Here come the auto turrets. Here come the disables. GuMiho has to pull back. Tanks are getting within range. Yeah, and GuMiho just abandons the third base. He knows he cannot defend it. He cannot save it. Oh god. GuMiho takes a lot of hits. That was not worth it. Bleeds out 3 Cyclones. Aye. GuMiho overextends, and Maru, he's ahead. He takes the lead. He's up a base, up a mineral line, up in army supply. And Maru, he can still break through. Again, some crucial missteps here, but he double expanded. My Jesus, I didn't realize how greedy he was. Oh my god. GuMiho, he already has a 4th base up and running. Calm down. I mean, no wonder he had nothing to defend. Oh my god. As GuMiho does go for a counterattack, trying to catch reinforcements, and he will be able to. I mean, nice trades here by GuMiho. Does take down the tanks. At the same time, Maru turns back around. Ooh, Raven does overextend. But Maru, he will still clean this up. Again, a messy fight here from both players. Catching out tanks. Getting another look on. GuMiho, he barely gets the tank. And he has a base up and running. It is operational. GuMiho maintaining his economy. Maru just now landing his own 4th. GuMiho taking his own 4th base, I suppose, as well. Or at least soon to. And nice disables. GuMiho, he breaks out, takes down the tanks for free. Takes down the Vikings as well. The tank barely goes down. GuMiho holds and the game continues. Now, as we're embracing this game and as we're calming things down, Maru is up 20 SCVs. Like, even though Maru didn't have a faster base, because of his aggression, he was able to trade well, able to contain GuMiho on 3 bases, and Maru does take an economic lead, a substantial one. So GuMiho is behind. GuMiho has some catching up to do. And we'll see what he can get done. He's getting ready for a Hellion run by. Okay, GuMiho does go for a split push. Hellions towards a natural. Battlemech main army towards a third. So he does get in. He gets some damage. That's what, 5 SCV kills? Not bad. 5 SCVs go down. Maru does have the faster double armory, so faster upgrades. Getting into 2-2. So we are keeping up. GuMiho claiming his 4th. I mean, again, the upgrade lead from Maru may just be enough to break through. As there we go, does morph in those Hellbats. Going for the CC. Brutal lock-ons in the base, it's going to go down. Massive pickup. Cyclones just shut down the expansion. Likewise, Maru rotating over. Tanks are sieging up. Oh! Better engage here from GuMiho. Tank shots going up. Okay, nice support from those tanks, but GuMiho did lose the base. Maru getting his own 5th. Meanwhile, shout to the graphical area here. There we go. Does get fixed up. Maru, he does rotate. He can break through. He can break through this as there's only one tank. Nice auto turrets. GuMiho buying time. At the same time, does go for a massive Hellion run by. After he runs into Cyclones. Hellions, they get shut down. And Maru, he's still just all over GuMiho. There was a nice fight with it there with those auto turrets. But the Hellions, they do nothing. Maru rotating. Oh! Let's rotate over. Once again, pushing into tanks. Tank boy's going to be going up. GuMiho, he does hold on to the high ground. It's one of those things where you can be up 10, 20, 30 army supply, but pushing into siege lines of tanks is not easy. Tank is on low ground though. Auto turret's thrown down. Once again, GuMiho, he does hold. Does hold the line. Getting another tank. Takes us into expansion. As he rotates once again. This time, GuMiho later rotates. Doesn't keep up. Tank goes down. Massive pickup. This time, there's no tanks in position. And this time, Maru can take a better trade, a better fight. His own tanks do siege up. And Maru's pushing through. Yeah, the one time GuMiho doesn't keep up is the one time he's broken. SCVs are going down. GuMiho plummeting in supply. And what I found fascinating about this TvT, it's so battle mech heavy. Like, players, they only have a couple of tanks to support every now and then, but it's very tank light. Like, GuMiho, he was doing well having like one tank at each ramp. Just like 1 or 2 tanks. But again, just barely didn't get here in time. Speaking of, a bit of a better fight here for GuMiho, but the numbers just, they're just not there. Yeah, they're not there, not anymore. Maru, at this point, he has done it. He has broken GuMiho. He can just go up the ramp. Takes down another tank. Denies the CC. And the final tank also gets targeted. Again, it was very intense, very back and forth. I mean, a lot of it came down to GuMiho's greed at the start of the game. He did get punished for it, and he never really gained the advantage from there. He never recovered after losing all those workers and losing the base. From here, Maru's getting to 3-3 upgrades again. He just has the superior upgrades the entire game, thanks to the better economy. And Maru, he breaks through. GG gets called. Maru, he takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Does take a lead in the series again. Going into mech versus mech. As we mentioned, GuMiho, he was very greedy early on, going up to 4 bases so fast, and he got caught with his pants down. If you remember, GuMiho, he was moving out across the map as Maru was moving in. Maru was able to take a bit of fight and also deny mining at the 3rd base. From there, he took a lead, and we saw in the aftermath of that engagement that Maru, he was ahead by a base and ahead 20 SCVs, and with that economic lead, that's how he was able to afford another armory and better upgrades, faster upgrades. With that, he was able to maintain the upgrade lead, maintain the supply lead. GG well played. GuMiho was never quite able to recover from there. We did see some attempted Hellion run-bys every now and then. There was that one run-by that got 5 SCV kills, which was nice for GuMiho, but he needed more than that, and that's all he really got. That's all he achieved with his run-bys. And with that, Maru getting his revenge. Here. Maru, he does take game 1, and we'll see if he can claim the series and skip around in GSL and go straight into group stage 2. Let's go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Seoul Esports. Down in the series, let's fix that. There we go. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can force the ace match. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Vitality, leading the series 1-0, looking to claim his revenge for last season, for season 1. It is Maru. Here we go. As this time Maru, he does not falter, he does not switch to Protoss, he commits into Terran, and he's already warmed up with his TvT. Remember, earlier today, we did cover Maru versus Byun in that TvT matchup. We did already cover that. Now he's back. He's back for some more Terran. Meanwhile, once again, double gas opener out of GuMiho. Going into a faster factory. Meanwhile, Maru going for a Rax expand. Single gas here out of our Blue Terran. Maru being greedy. Maru, he is being greedy. He's being economic. Hellbats a good unit for this. This seems kind of useless. The Hellbats are there to tank. To tank specifically Cyclone lock-ons. Like, as you saw, the Cyclone versus Cyclone is really intense. And ideally, you do want to bait out the lock-ons of your opponent with Hellions or Hellbats. And have them be that buffer zone for your own Cyclones. So they're not there for damage. They're there, again, just as a meat shield. As that's why both players were going into Hellion Cyclone. As from here we do have the faster command center. Again, as we mentioned, only single gas. So single gas opener out of Maru, so fast, much faster CC out of our Blue Terran player. GuMiho just now beginning his own command center. This does put a lot of pressure on GuMiho to get some damage done early on. Not a meat shield, a mech shield. Ah, true. I mean, technically, Hellions are biological units, right? Or I guess Hellbats are, I guess. Because they can be healed by medevacs. So that kind of works. Kind of. But sure, mech shield. I can get behind it. As Reaper's ready to pick in. Now, how does a mechanical unit suddenly turn into a biological unit when it transforms? That I'm not here to answer. That I don't know how the logic works on that one, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. from here. We're building up. As Reaper breaks in, gets an SCV. Likewise, GuMiho racing back home. From here, because of the faster factory, because of the faster gas, what does that mean? That means we are going for the earlier drop. Medevac is on the way. GuMiho looking to push, looking to move out, looking to be the aggressor. As we mentioned, the pressure is on GuMiho to get some economic damage done. Maru, he's up 3 SCVs because of the opener. And Maru's playing safe. What do we have? We have a bunker. We have a tank on the way as well. Viking to shut down any kind of drop play. Maru, he's securing himself. He's turtling up. Biosteel. What does that mean? Are you saying that in the process of the Hellion morphing into a Hellbat, the pilot straps on a bunch of bio steel, and then when it morphs back into the Hellion, he takes off the bio steel? Is that what you're saying? Because that would be the only way it makes sense. It's really odd. It's just, yeah, it's very annoying being a Hellion pilot. Just have to step out of the vehicle, put on the shield, put on the steel even. And get back in. On and off every time. That's not GuMiho was deflected. Nice defense here by Maru. Never said it again. So good, so good. I mean, that would be the way to make it make sense, right? Have to take the seal off and on again. Seal mold is biological, I believe. True, true. The puppet is biological. Not wrong. So far, Maru, he's gone away with his opener. He did well for himself early on. Now he's built up his tank. I should say his bio tank, as more Raxes are on the way for GuMiho. Let's go. So game 1, we had mech versus mech. Game 2, bio tank versus bio tank. I'm assuming bio tank because of the tech lab on the Rax. We should soon be seeing a stim on the way. Faster 3rd CC out of Maru. So he does prioritize his economy. Meanwhile, later commands it out of GuMiho, but much faster stim. As there's going to be a window in time where GuMiho has stim and Maru does not. Maru does break out. He does, I mean, he does have a massive tank lead. So 3 tanks to the 0 of GuMiho. Again, the tech lab was on the Rax, not on the factory initially. Okay, 1 tank has arrived. Maru moving in. Does set up in between the bases, going for the kill, just zoning GuMiho out of his own natural. But Interference Matrix is done. GuMiho, he can disable all these tanks. He can, and he will. Actually going for the auto turrets. Auto turret's going to be thrown down. He comes in from behind. He gets 1 tank, he gets 2. And he gets all 3. Whew. All 3 tanks go down. Vikings are waddling in. Boys are being pulled into liberation, into freedom. And Maru does trade well. Takes down a lot of SCVs. Still rallying across the map. Viking gets surrounded. And GuMiho holds. GuMiho, he does hold on, but at a cost of how many SCVs? 16. 16 SCVs do go down. Liberators are still alive. They back off, they reposition. They head towards the main. And into the natural. Snipes lib. Does take down the Liberator. The other doesn't commit to a siege. Maru, he pulls away. And as it settles, where exactly are we? GuMiho, yes, is on 3 bases, but so is Maru. Maru, he already has an orbital, so he has mules. He's benefiting from those mules. Maru, he will soon take his own 3rd base. GuMiho has gained map control just because he did take the fight, so GuMiho has a much larger army. True. Does have the larger army. He also has Ravens, and Maru does not. Checking the army tab here, tank counts are even. Vikings in favor of Maru, Marines in favor of GuMiho. And of course, GuMiho has those Ravens. He can disable. GuMiho just rallying in his army. Looking for a way in. Does siege, does him in. Yeah, the tank's it on siege. Bunker is going to go down. But GuMiho doesn't have to push in. Like, GuMiho doesn't have to break this position. All he's doing is containing, is denying the third. Deny the third base, contain Maru, take his own. So far, so good. GuMiho is still trying to recover. Oh. GuMiho is still building up. And Maru, he's still stuck on 3 bases. He's getting a 4 CC. He's still stuck on 2 bases. He's heavily oversaturated. Maru, he has to break out soon. He's going for it. There's the on siege. Now he's breaking out. GuMiho gets the hell out of here. Does pull away. Did well for himself. Just delaying for as long as possible. And now Maru can finally embrace his economy. There we go, Maru breaking out. He's taking his third base, getting a 4th CC as well. Maru has the Viking lead. He has air control, making more Liberators. And again, tanks, they're good in TvT, but Liberators are better. They zone away the tanks, they force the on siege. This is why air control is so important. This is why Vikings are so important. But GuMiho, he has none. He has no Vikings. There's Stim. Does him back. Doesn't get the Liberators. Tanks are on siege, tank goes down. And GuMiho, he commits. He does come into the fight. Liberation has arrived, another tank falls, and GuMiho, he just plummets in supply, losing everything. Losing 3 tanks, down to 1. Boys are being pulled into tank fire, into liberation zones as well. Oh, and it's not a pretty fight. Nice disables. It does live from behind. Vikings, they land, they protect the tanks. They annihilate the mineral line. And there's just too much here. Maru, he breaks on through. Takes down the main army, takes down the mineral line as well. And despite GuMiho taking Maru down twice in the last season of GSL, here Maru, he does recover and does start things off with a win. Let's go. Again, Maru, he is looking to bounce back. Coming into Season 2. We're going to skip the first round. Oh, Sims on in. Takes down 2 more tanks. GuMiho, he does break out. Does break out of his contain. But here, look at the economy. Oh god, no mining whatsoever at the third base. Ay, ay, ay. 42 SCVs for GuMiho. Maru, he's on a 62 and on 4 bases. 4th base is here. Maru stepping in. It's going to be a rough fight for Maru. Oh, he's going to be overwhelmed. Yeah, Maru, he does overextend. Has to respect the Marines, respect the tanks. Respect GuMiho's position. Maru is ahead, but that doesn't mean he can just take a fight wherever he wants. He's like, just calm down. Take it slow. As Maru pulls away. Maru, he does pull away. Again, still massing up a massive army. He's got the greater upgrades. First tank is going to go down. Nice pickup. Oh, but GuMiho cannot take a head-on fight. Oh, not like this. Bleeds out a massive chunk of Marines. And Maru, he rotates. Rotates over towards that northern base. GuMiho trying to keep up. He's racing over. Oh, salvages tonight. I haven't seen someone salvage the sensor tower in a while. I was like, what's going on? I forgot about that. Did attempt to salvage. Alas, Maru still has the greater upgrades. He has +2 over his opponent. And reinforcements have arrived. Maru getting another expansion, getting a 5th base. The Liberators are back. Oh, now we can siege up. Messy engage there from Maru, but he does break through the Marines, takes down the tanks as well, and now GG gets called. There's nothing left in Maru. He will take the series 2-0, taking down GuMiho. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very different TvT, both in game 1 and game 2. Game 1, we had mech versus mech, a very intense one, where GuMiho was too greedy and GuMiho was punished for that greed in game 1. Here in game 2, we had more of a bio-tank composition, but a very different one. GuMiho, he was playing almost like Björn. I don't know if you noticed, but GuMiho, especially for the first half, or actually for all of that game, didn't make any Vikings. Like, he completely just gave up on any kind of air control. It was purely massive marine medevacs. Remember, he rushed into early stim, into early medevacs, and it's a style that can do really well when you're active on the map, when you're dropping, when you're counterattacking. But in these head-on fights, as you saw, like the Vikings, they reigned supreme, the Liberators as well, there was some really nice moves out of GuMiho with his Ravens coming in from behind and disabling from behind as well. It was impressive, but in a longer game, he just didn't really scale as well as Maru. He was shut down. He lost the game when he had to pull the boys outside of his natural way, lost everything, lost the army, lost the boys. He was broken then and there. GG. GG, well played. With that, Maru, he does make it through into Group Stage 2. GG. GG, well played. Maru, he will skip Group Stage 1 and advance on into the next round in GSL. And GuMiho, he's still in GSL, so if you're a fan of GuMiho, do not worry, he's still in GSL, but he will be playing from Group Stage 1 instead. GG. And again, really impressive TvT there by Maru. As I mentioned before, Maru, he had already beaten Björn earlier in the TvT, now GuMiho as well. Maru getting back in the forum and hopefully not playing around too much with Protoss. Hopefully, but we'll see, As the mirror matchups continue, this is also a rematch. For those of you that weren't watching the last season qualifiers, you may not know this, but Shin and Rogue, they faced off. They faced off in the last season qualifiers, and Shin did not qualify for GSL last season. Last season he didn't qualify, and Rogue is a part of that reason. Rogue, he did deny Shin a qualifier. He did defeat Shin, and Shin was not able to make it through into the main event. Here, a little bit of a different story. Shin, he defeated Björn, and Shin, he's already in GSL. As a reminder, this is not a qualifying match. This is a seeding match. So Rogue and Shin, they're already in GSL. To make it a GSL, Rogue beat Percival and Shin beat Björn. So they both beat their respective Terran players, and now they're facing on the ZVZ to determine who can skip around and go straight into Group Stage 2. Let's go. Let us go.